Hello.
Hey,
Hey, that's it. We are live for the first time in 2024. Is that the year?
that's it. 2024, the first chatting sounds of the new year. Fantastic.
You forgot what it was called.
I did. I did. I did.
Sorry. Oh, no, it's been crazy. I don't think we've done a stream for like 2 months. I think it's been quite a while. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we tried to do some, didn't we, during the holidays? But I wasn't feeling so well, so I apologize for that.
Yeah.
But we're back now with a vengeance.
We're back. It's a new year, new exciting things happening.
That's it.
Oh, shall I do an evil laugh with my new box thing? Are you ready for this?
Is that you?
That was me. Yeah. So
very nice.
There you get to play with these new toys that I got for Christmas. It's amazing. I've totally ripped out all my tech stuff and started again. I've got a new desk, thanks to yourself. I've got, new cables and new lights and new everything. So I look even worse for people in HD. So.
Well, that's great. I'm doing a bit of the same. I got a new desk, a new real desk, like, furniture. Got a second monitor, screen, I have to say. Screen. Yeah, everything's changing. So yeah, I'm ready for the new year.
That's it. New birth, new year, new things.
That's it.
It's going to be great. Don't forget, if you're watching this on whichever tablet or device you're watching this on, if you want to comment, type a comment into wherever it is, and we can read your comments out and say hello. If you've got any questions as well, like why are you doing this?
Yeah, definitely join in, guys. We want to hear from you.
Yeah, want to hear from you. So definitely join in and say hello. And if you've got a subject you want us to talk about as well, for us on the spot, feel free. As long as
I hope they do have subjects, because we don't know what the heck we're going to say.
We'll make it up as we go along. So
yeah, we always do.
We start, as we always do, the show. Should we talk about what we've been listening to this week? You can go first if you want to.
Okay, no worries. Well, I used to do a show called the 70s Flashback Show when we were on Revenge FM, and I carried it a little bit, but I haven't done it in a while because Unknown Sounds has really taken over. But I'm thinking about revamping it and starting over. So I've been listening to a lot of 70s music, starting with this classic.
Ah, what a wonderful album.
Out of the Blue by ELO, Electric Light Orchestra, from 1977. I love this album. I love it. And I love the gatefold jacket, and the imagery is just amazing. I remember when I was in high school listening to this album, using the gatefold for illegal purposes and cleaning things and rolling them up, and just listening and just falling in love with ELO every time I listened.
It's a strange album because it's basically pop hits and then a concept at the same time, isn't it? It's a weird.
Exactly.
I love Jungle off of that album.
Oh yeah,
I think Jungle's fantastic, but it's great that it's on such, like, Mr. Blue Sky is obviously on the album, and it's really good that such a big song is on the album, because then people find it and they might listen to the whole album and then realize how brilliant the whole thing is. Is it Turn to Stone? Is that on there? Is that the first?
Turn to Stone is on here. Yeah. Turn to Stone. It's Over, which is another one. Sweet Talking Woman. There's so many great songs on here. And there is, right after Mr. Blue Sky, that's the last album on the side, and they actually ask you to continue listening. In that computer voice, they say, "Please turn me over."
Oh yeah, the vocoder.
Which is great. I love that. For years, I didn't know what they said. I thought it was just like the hazy, computer talk. But yeah, that's what it says.
I don't think
gimmick to get them listening.
I don't think anyone knew what that said, because even I've heard that album for years, and even I didn't know that it said that. I think
you, Robbie, even you.
I heard the please, and then it was like, rah, 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 rah. It's a bit like the second verse in Rocket Man by Elton John. Rocket Man. Da, 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 I mean, who knows what he says there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I kind of don't want to Google the lyrics, and I do want to Google to find out what they're talking about. And the Bee Gees is another one, because you're jive talking to. I mean, you're da, 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 blah, like that bit. I don't know what they say there either.
Yeah.
It's something, I think it's Goddamn Fight or something like that.
Or, then you've got the Jimi Hendrix song, "Excuse Me While I Kiss This Guy."
Oh yeah,
kiss this guy.
Yeah, doesn't he?
yeah. And the other one with CCR, "I see a bad moon rising.
Yeah.
I see a bathroom on the right." But the kids don't have the pleasure of trying to figure out those lyrics anymore. All they do is Google it and they know the lyrics. There's no fun in that.
It's no fun anymore, is it? But no, there's really, really, I love that album. I think it's amazing. Dawn Saxa, hello Dawn. Dawn dropped in to say hello. Hey, Dawn.
Dawn, how are you? She just made me a nice cup of tea. She's downstairs listening. Hi, Dawn. Oh, and Dawn had a problem with what's the Clash song?
What, Should I Stay, Should I Go? Or
no, it's another one, but she always got the words wrong until I came into her life. I heard her sing it once. I'm like, what the heck? I remember the damn song. Dawn, what was the song? She'll tell us in a minute. But yeah, it always happens, doesn't it?
So it's a brilliant album. If you've not heard it before, check it out. It's ELO that Out the Blue album will blow your mind. It's fantastic. Whether you're straight or sober, depending on no, not sober. What's the word? Like inebriated or straight, you'll love it. It's fantastic.
Or straight or gay, everyone will love it.
That's not what I meant. But yeah, we got. What have I been listening to this week? Hey, hi Luke, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Luke, mate, you all right?
Nice to see you, bud. Thanks for joining us today. So what I've been listening to. So I've been trying to build out my collection a little bit more. I'm organising it, and I've got like dividers telling me what bands are what. I've been told I should do it alphabetically, A to Z, but I don't do it that way. I do it Beatles, Bee Gees, Black Sabbath. You know what I mean? I do it in the bands. So I've been tidying up my collection, but the first one I found, like I've recently bought, is the Ringo album. So it's the first solo one on his own. It's got I'm the Greatest on it, written by John, obviously. Yeah. And, you know, Ringo is one of those artists where you sort of go, oh, it's just Ringo, you know, and you kind of brush him off. And then you play this and you go, this is actually really good. This is a great album. And the follow-up, Goodnight Vienna, is just as good. Like these two albums are absolutely brilliant. Don't get me wrong, as he got on, I think he got a little bit worse. But these two in particular, the first two are absolutely brilliant. It's got Photograph on it as well.
Photograph, yeah, fantastic.
And, interestingly, I've just read the Mal Evans book about the Beatles, which if you've not read it, you need to read it. It's mind-blowing. It's eye-opening. I'm surprised they haven't sued him for it, because there's lots of stuff in there that they shouldn't be talking about. But he did write a song with George called You and Me, Babe, and it's on the album. And it's one of those things where they talk about it, but I didn't know about it until I'd heard it. And, you know, Mal wanted to be a songwriter eventually, and it's actually a really, really good song.
Yeah. Didn't all three of the other Beatles work with him on that album?
Yeah, pretty much. He sort of got these mates involved, and they did a great job. So, oh, hi, Tiff. Hello, Tiff. Welcome to the stream.
Hi, Tiff. You're right.
Hello, mate. Oh, and Dawn says,
oh, yeah.
Rock the Casbah. Yeah.
Rock the Casbah. Rock the Casbah, even if you don't like it. That's what she used to say.
Is that not what it is? That's what I thought it was.
No.
I thought it's you really don't like it. You really don't like it. Is that not it?
No, I can't get it out of my head. No, it's not that. Somebody will tell us what the real. I think Tiff knows. She's a big Clash fan.
Yeah, big Clash fan, isn't it? Yeah. What else have you been listening to?
Oh, I just want to say with the Ringo one.
Yeah,
I love the cover of that album as well. You know, it's a takeoff, I think, on Sgt. Pepper's, isn't it? With all the cartoon people in the background.
Yeah,
and there's great things. And right on top, there's an Apple logo on top, isn't there? But
That's it.
Does it say Apple?
No, it says Doute on Mondi. So I think that means
that must be French.
Yeah, and I think this is Mal Evans that did this as well. You know,
really?
Yeah, Mal. Not Mal. Klaus Voormann. I think Klaus Voormann did this one.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
It's one of his. Yeah, what else you been listening to? What else you got?
Cool. Well, sticking with the 70s theme, because I'm really into the 70s now.
Yeah.
Well, I have been for 40 years.
Get over it, man.
Excuse me. Another classic album by a fantastic guitarist.
Oh, is that Clapton, is it?
Eric Clapton, Slow Hand.
Yeah.
Eric Clapton, Slow Hand, again, from 1977. What a year that was.
Amazing.
Now, I have a love-hate relationship with Eric Clapton.
Okay.
You know, I loved him in Cream and, you know, way back when, Yardbirds, all that stuff. It was great. But I remember when I was in college, everyone's saying, oh, what fantastic guitarist he is. And I'm like, he's okay. But I remember when I was in college, I was watching early MTV, and there was a video of him playing, and he obviously made a mistake. And they froze the frame and put a speech bubble over his head saying, oops. And I'm thinking, this guy's a clown. You know, how can you take him seriously? And I always felt that way until I moved here. My wife, Dawn, and I went to the Prince's Trust at the Albert Hall, and he performed.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. He sat there on a stool with an electric guitar and played only 3, 4, or 5 minutes, and it just blew me away. What a talent that guy was. It was amazing. Amazing.
Has that album got Lay Down Sally on it? Is that
Lay Down Sally? Yep, fantastic. It's got a cover of Cocaine, the J.J. Cale song.
I love J.J. Cale. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interestingly, Lay Down Sally was written with, I'm going to get her name wrong now, Marcella Detroit. I think that's how you pronounce it. And she was in Shakespeare's Sister and had a hit in 91 with Stay. Stay with me, like with Siobhan Farley from Bananarama. So it's a really weird, there's a sort of like weird connection where there was nothing for 20 years. Then she pops up in 91 and does this amazing album. And all that sort of stuff.
One of my favorite songs on here is We're All the Way. Just a beautiful love song. There's a lot of love songs on there. It's nice and calm and really, really beautiful, beautiful album. It's perfect. Produced by Glenn Johns.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Wicked. I went vinyl shopping the other day, just out and about and going to charity shops and having a wander. And I found this little lovely album. Oh, Blue Eyes Is Back by Frank Sinatra.
Nice.
And I put it on today, fella. I got it, basically, I bought it last week. I left it at my mum's and she brought it around this morning. I played it and it's absolutely fantastic. And it's from 70. Sorry, mate?
What year was it?
73, I think it was. And it's got You Will Be My Magic on it. But you know that sort of cool Frank Sinatra, slow sounding, like the Wee Small Hours kind of stuff. It sounds just like that. And it's just wonderful. I played it today when I was sort of getting ready. I was like, this is like the best stuff I've heard in a long time. Like it's absolutely fantastic. I think I'm going to be keeping this by the record player and just constantly looping it. You know what I mean? It's really
Frank Sinatra is amazing. He was as a person, I'm not too sure about that, but as a singer and a performer, what an amazing career. Ups and downs. Yeah. And I'll never forget, I didn't really understand crooning until I heard him sing Night and Day when he goes, in the beginning, and then it says, blah, 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 night and day. And you could feel him holding the mic and caressing it. It was just, I was like a 16-year-old girl. I just was weak at the knees.
He's a bit like Bing Crosby in that sense, where he knew how to work the microphone, didn't he? He was a microphone singer rather than a singer,
Yeah, exactly. And those two had a very competitive relationship, didn't they?
Yeah, I love Tony Bennett as well. I think Tony Bennett is. He's amazing as well. The same sort of thing, Yeah. Cool. You been listening to anything else this week?
Yes, I have. Again, with the 70s. Now, this is again 1977.
Okay.
What a year. Now, you may not know this one. Not many people do, but I love it. I'm kidding, of course. The amazing Fleetwood Mac Rumors. That's a staple of any record collection.
I think they gave that away with magazines at one point because everybody had a copy of it.
Everybody, yeah.
Everyone had it. I mean, what an album to just bring out. It's just got everything on it. And when you obviously know about the drama, and it's basically an argument between the couples rowing and all that sort of stuff, and the amount of drugs they took making it. And
amazing.
Yeah.
And they were at each other's throats and they hated each other, but they still worked together and they made that beautiful sound. I don't know how they could do it.
Yeah. Never Going Back Again, I think, is my favorite on there.
Beautiful.
And if you want to get deep cutty, I think it's Silver Springs is my favorite track, which wasn't on the album. So they basically didn't have enough time to put it on. And I think they put in I Don't Want to Know. I think that's on there.
Yeah.
And they said, it's either we've only got time for that one. And they missed the trick because, Silver Springs is incredible. And then when they re-released it, they did the, on Spotify or whatever, they put it back in where it should have been. And it just makes it. But I mean, I Don't Want to Know is all right, but it's not Silver Springs. And it's just, when you hear it, it's just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal track.
You can do a lot more now that it's not on vinyl all the time. Spotify, you can make the album as long as you want. They had to make some choices back in the day, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they should have cut a couple and then put that in it. You Make Loving Fun's on it, which is brilliant.
Yeah,
it's just every track on that is just gold, isn't it? Like,
it's fantastic. I remember 77. I was 13 years old.
Yeah.
And we went to this big amusement park and it was playing through the loudspeakers and Hall & Oates. And it was just a wonderful day. That has always stuck with me.
We'll talk about Hall & Oates later, yeah. So. I love it. Someone wants to offer us promotion. Thanks very much, but no thank you very much. It's very kind of you to tune in and offer us promotion, but we don't want it.
Thanks a lot.
So the other album I've been listening to this week is a bit of a weird one because it looks like it's old, but it's not. It's from this year. It's I think they're called Tedeschi Brothers. I can't read the writing very well. The Tedeschi Brothers.
Yeah.
And it's basically Blue-Eyed Soul. It's basically white guys singing soul music, and it's absolutely fantastic. It's got elements of Al Green in it. It's got elements of all those sort of classic soul sounds on it. And it's just a really lovely album. It's a very sort of chilled out album, a bit like that Frank Sinatra one. You can put it on when you try and chill out and it will just relax you and calm you down a bit. It's got that sort of thing to it. But it's definitely worth checking out. When we put the video up, I might put a link in it so people can find it on Spotify and have a listen, because I think people, if you want something to chill out to, it's definitely the album to do that. But it's also, dare I say, a bit of a lovemaking album. If you wanted to get in that sort of area, it's actually quite that sort of chilled out kind of thing. Fortunately,
where are they from? Where are they from?
I think they're from LA.
Oh, okay.
LA band, yeah. So it's that sort of thing. But it's very, very good. It's a very good album, and we'll put it in the description to the video once it's done, so people can find it.
Yeah, I'm going to find it.
Cool. So we play some music, as we've been talking about.
Yeah, let's do. We're going to play. Well, what we do on Chatting Sounds is we play some music videos from. Oh, sorry. Music videos from my damn phone keeps going off. Oh. From Unknown Sounds featured artists. And these guys came in through our Reverb Nation competition, which we had a few years ago, and they're fantastic. They're like a soul, old dance, funk kind of stuff. Let's have a listen to it. They're called the Freedom Warriors, and their song Dance Away.
Yeah, we're bringing back that sound, that disco beat. The one that made you move your feet then and now. Are you ready to dance? Are you ready to dance, dance, dance? Yeah. Shuffling feet. Yeah, 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 yeah. Sometimes, that's right, I have to dance away. Dance away. Get away from it all. Forget today. Move yourself, dance your problems away. If you wanna feel free, dance, dance. Dancing is the key, yeah. Feel the vibes around you. Feel the grace that grounds you. Be yourself. Let the sound surround you. Yeah. Sometimes I have to dance away. Dance away. Dance away from it all. Sometimes I have to dance away. Dance away until nightfall. Let yourself go. The groove will blow your problems away. Breathe in the sound. Move your body inside out. Feel the vibes around you. Feel the bass that grounds you. Be yourself. Let the sound surround you. Do it for you, honey. Express yourself. Express yourself. Reach for a higher state of mind. Move yourself. I'm right there with you. Dancing to the morning. Drummer, come on, baby, give me some heat. Sometimes you got to dance away. You got to dance, 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 dance away. Get away from it all. Dance away. Dance your troubles away. Yeah. You feel renewed. Feel yourself unwind. You wanna dance the whole night through. Now's the time, come on, unwind. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Very cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. There was bits in there with the bass line, and it was so entertaining. It was like Disco Inferno.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I love it. It was like soul, disco, funk. It had a bit of
definitely. They would definitely fit on the Motown label.
Yeah.
That was and really, you think really cool. They're from like Detroit area or maybe North England, but they're from Austria. They speak German.
The Austrian band. Wow. I never would have guessed that in a million years.
No. Crazy, isn't it? They've got 7 members and they're from all over the world, but they're based in Austria. They all moved to Austria.
That is bonkers to think that's German. Crazy. Wow. That's really, really cool. And what are they called again for anyone that wants to know?
The Freedom Warriors.
Wow.
Yeah. And we'll have some links. We'll work that out, I think.
Yeah, we'll stick some links at the bottom and stuff like that. Yeah. That was really good. That was a really, really good track.
I thought you liked it.
Yeah, I love it. I love sort of disco and funk and things like that. I was watching today the film about Casablanca Records, funny enough, and about how he got the like Donna Gaines was her real name, and he basically laid her on the floor to get to sing the 15-minute version of Love to Love You Baby because she was really nervous about it, didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Turned the lights off, he laid her down, and then she basically sung it on the floor, which is really, really interesting.
Really?
Yeah, it was really cool. Really interesting. Oh, hi, Glyn. Glyn's in the house. Hello, Glyn.
Hey, Glyn, mate, how you doing?
He says, it reminds me of early M people, and I agree with that as well, yeah. So, and we also have Mr. Four Eyes in the house. Hello, Mr. Four Eyes. Welcome along.
Right, nice to see you. Hope you have your slippers on. Hope you're comfortable.
So thanks. Come on. So let's talk in the music world at the minute. There's a bit of a big argument going on, which I've been digging into slightly, about Hall & Oates. Probably, one of the greatest writing duos of all time. They're amazing. They're fantastic. And they're basically, one of them suing the other one, which is a real shame. So if we break it down into parts, and from what I've read about it, so the blonde one, which is Daryl Hall, and John Oates, which is Moustache. So we'll say Blonde and Moustache to make it easier for people. So you might know where they are then. So basically, Blonde is suing Moustache because Moustache was doing some gigs and he was playing their songs that they wrote together. So Blonde is now saying Moustache owes him money because he played them live.
Okay.
Right? So he's now basically sued him for money and then put an injunction on him and says he's not allowed to come near him or talk to him about it.
Wow.
So it's one of those things where it'd be like you and I doing this live stream all the time, and then you playing a bit of this footage on your channel, and then me going, you owe me money because you played it on the channel. Whereas obviously this is us together as a team effort. It doesn't really matter, does it? Who does what? So, how do you feel about that? Do you think he should be suing him? Is he right? Do you think he's right to sue his own partner?
This is the first I've heard of this, but are Hall & Oates still performing together?
No, they like, he literally is like, we are done. I hate him. Like, I don't want, like, Moustache is like, I hate Blonde now. I don't want to know.
Okay. And then after that, that's when Moustache started playing their stuff.
No, it came up because he was playing the stuff.
Oh, okay.
So someone saw him on tour and said, oh, we see Moustache was playing, I think it's Man Eater or something. And he said, oh, why is he playing that? That's our song. We wrote that together. He shouldn't be playing it.
So then he said, we're not going to perform together anymore. It's the end of Hall & Oates.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened?
Yeah, once he sued him, I think he thought, right, that's it. I don't think I want to work with him anymore.
Yeah.
So becoming this thing. So do you think is he right to ask for money, even though it's his own sort of partner kind of thing?
Well, I would never do something like that. All the songs I've written with other people, they can have them. I don't care.
And I haven't got any money, so you can't sue.
Exactly. Oh, Matt Poole from Say Yes, Do Nothing joined us. Hey, Matty, how you doing?
Hey, Matt, welcome along. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, well, I think they should have gotten their ducks in a row before. You have to work these things out. Either you're going to pay the other guy, or you both can use them, because they're both yours, free of charge.
Yeah.
And I think that would be the more amicable solution.
I mean, do you think it's an American idea? I don't imagine English bands doing that to each other. They'd be, like, if me and you were in a band and you did our songs, I'd be like, oh, how'd your gig go? You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't be a sort of, you owe me my cut of that.
Yeah, America is very litigious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that means very legal. They like to sue each other.
Here we go. Mr. Foray says, I might do a cover of Many and see if it causes any extra grief. Only if you credit it to the wrong person. Here we go. If all wins, Oates way up doing porridge. That is genius.
Oh, gosh.
That is genius.
Nice one, Don.
It kind of sucks I didn't think of that. That annoys me that I didn't think of it.
No, I don't think they should. I think we should all just get along. You wrote it together. Why don't you both use it?
Yeah, it's a real shame though, because I think it will sort of damage the music eventually. I think it will damage their catalog, and it's like, I know, Blondie does like Live from Daryl's House, and he does lots of perform with bands, but it kind of put me off him a little bit. You know, you sort of think like, oh, is this what he is now? You know, I mean, it's sort of
yeah.
I know what you mean. Got a good point. There we go. We like the Lennon McCartney. There we go.
Yeah, of course.
But, yeah, it's the same sort of thing, isn't it? It's just a real shame that it's got to that level where they're suing each other, and it's just not about the music. I mean, it makes me wonder if they were trying to sell it, their catalogue, to that big company that's buying everybody, and one said no. Maybe it come from that. It might just
there might be something behind the scenes. But getting back to the Beatles thing, Paul McCartney does a lot of Beatles songs in concert, but did he do them before John Lennon died?
Well, that's an interesting subject, because obviously he was in Wings at this point when John was alive, wasn't he? And he didn't really go solo until the 80s, I think.
Was it? Because John died in December of 80.
Yeah.
I know the big tour for them was, 77?
Yeah.
So they were still going on 3 years, yeah?
He did a lot of stuff that was either, I think he wrote for definite, like Yesterday and stuff like that. But actually, he didn't want to do any Beatles stuff for a long while. He was basically saying no for a long time. And then I think eventually people were saying, like, you know, we want to hear it.
Yeah, of course. But even if it was Yesterday, he wrote it, but it's still under Lennon McCartney.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think if George was alive and he did, like when I saw Paul McCartney, he did a little thing to George with his ukulele playing something.
Yeah.
Now, if George were alive, I'm sure George would have sued him.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's one of those sort of things where you think, yeah, he might have done. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, amazing. Here we go. I know there's a couple of songs on the Broad Street album, which I've never actually really heard. That's Paul McCartney's sort of Duff album, isn't it? I've never really heard that one. And the film's quite terrible. I need to find it and watch the film to see how terrible it is. I've just downloaded the Sgt. Pepper movie with the Bee Gees in it. I'm going to put myself through it to see what it's like.
I tried.
And I tried to watch Kiss and the Phantom of the Park the other day. And I watched that film, and I still have no clue what it's about. I watched it. I've got no idea what the film's about. The songs are pretty good, but I've no idea what the things are about. Yeah. Anyway, it's awful. I shouldn't say that. No, it is awful. Okay, so should we play some more music?
All right, let's play another song. Now these guys are they're called what the heck are they called? They're called
20 Hertz.
The 20 Hertz, yeah. They came together during the pandemic. They were all in different bands, and they were friends, but they couldn't work because they were confined to their homes. So they did everything online.
Wow.
These four friends just came together. They made a new band, the 20 Hertz. They did this song. I believe it's the only song they ever did.
Oh,
I can't get in contact with them now. But once you hear it, you're going to say, why didn't they do more? Here they are singing A Murder of Crows.
The tide went out and never returned to the shore. There was a feeling of fear knocking at your door. There's been heartache and tears. Cherish those moments, my dear, 'cause one day they will be no more. But for now, skies are clear. Reflection over the years. It's all good for the soul, don't you know? It's a phenomenal sight when you stare through the night and see all of your demons disperse. Tonight, ain't got no venom left to fight. They'll be back and be hot on your tail. Don't chase them on tonight, ain't got no venom left to fight. They'll be back and be hot on your tail. telephone line, just sitting there waiting, man, they were biding their time. If the truth be told, well, they were worth their weight in gold. Observing on the scenes on the streets below. If the cold wind blows and you feel it in your bone, I doubt you're standing next to me, but they say you'll never know. And if you're feeling the fear, the lesson here is to be more clear about the intentions in your heart that you bestow. Tonight, ain't got no venom left to fight. They'll be back, heavy heart on your tail. Don't chase them on tonight, ain't got no venom left to fight. They'll be back, heavy heart on your tail. Don't chase them on tonight, ain't got no venom left to fight. Don't chase them all tonight, ain't got no venom left to fight. They'll be back, heavy heart on your tail.
Wow. That is something else. So they made one single or one album?
Single, yeah.
Wow.
One single.
That is really good.
I know nothing about them. The guitarist sent in the song, John, and said, "What do you think of this?" And never got back to me. I don't know where they're from. Nothing.
Wow,
amazing.
They could be one of the greatest underground bands of all time.
They're fun. I loved it. And the singer sounds a bit like who's the guy from the Counting Crows? You know.
Oh, yeah, Adam. What's his? Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
yeah, he sounds a bit like that. It's just a really fantastic song.
It's got that lo-fi, that sort of trap sound about it as well. It's got all that sort of that sound going. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, your show and this stream is probably the best place to find some of the best underground music. That is phenomenally good. I mean, you can even hear it in a film, can't you? Already, it's like a film soundtrack, and that is really, really special. Have we got any links to put in the description after so people can find that track?
There's a link to that. Well, I think there's something you can go on. I think it's on Spotify, but it's just that one song, and there's no other information on. They're on Facebook, but they haven't been active in a couple of years now.
Wow, maybe they're one of them bands where they get together, do like an amazing single, and they disappear for a couple of years, turn up again in 2 years, do it again.
Yeah, I'm sure they all went back to their old band. So hopefully, I'm gonna really try and investigate that more.
Wow, if anyone watching this happens to find those guys or know those guys, pass this on and say, look, we need more of that music. That was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah,
that was really, really good. Really,
yep,
really
that's
good.
what Unknown Sounds is all about, mate.
And on my channel, I just do reaction videos, so I keep it simple. But it's really, really good. We need to raise a glass for a guy called Del Palmer, whose name might not mean a lot to most people, but he was Kate Bush's bass player and producer for many, many years, and he worked on all of her records. And unfortunately, he passed away the other day at 71, I think it was. He's amazing. So we're just going to raise a quick glass to Del. Well done, Del. Thanks for your contribution to music. Amazing.
Well done, mate.
Amazing stuff. If you got one at home, raise your glass as well. Yeah, brilliant. He sort of did the bass on, like, programmed it on Running Up That Hill and all that sort of period for Kate Bush. Really, really great stuff. You know, his work was phenomenal. So we've lost a really, really great legend. And I seen him interview one day, and he was talking about Kate Bush, and he said, not only do I work with Kate Bush, and I love Kate Bush, but I'm also a fan of Kate Bush. And I think that's what made the difference when he was producing her music and all that sort of stuff, because he looks at it from the point of view of a fan rather than a sort of, you know, just the guy in the studio not paying attention and working on it.
Definitely. Yeah, it meant a lot to him. Well, we're going to miss Tony.
Yeah. Tony.
What's his name? A long be remembered.
Fantastic. Oh, Glenn's got a good point. He said the last singer sounded looked like Roland Gift.
Oh, yeah.
The Finding Cannibals. Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
I see that. Yeah. I mean, you could probably get Roland to sing over the backing track and it would sound really accurate to it. Yeah. It sounded absolutely fantastic. But yeah, so should we play another song in a second? Because I know we've already played a couple, but we're trying to keep within the hour for people. So
yeah, definitely. I just want to mention though, this is the first time we've done a live stream since the Unknown Sounds gig, isn't it?
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so Unknown Sounds had a live gig and it was really great. So what are we going to talk about next?
It was really, really cool. It was just a beautiful gig. Yeah, we haven't spoke with. I keep forgetting we spoke about it with each other and not anyone else. So it's we're gonna do like the mock video for the next live stream, so people can see the video of what we did of the night and bits and bobs like that and what happened. And it was just fantastic. All the bands were amazing. They were absolutely incredible. The camaraderie was just another level of brilliant. Like everyone just pitched in together for the cause. They played amazingly. The venue was fantastic. It was at Hope and Anger, wasn't it, in Islington?
Yep. Fantastic venue, yeah. And that's the camaraderie, like you say. That to me, that's what makes it. Some of the people knew each other because they're all London bands, kind of, and they've played together. And those who don't just fit right in. It was like by the end of the night, we're just a family, weren't we?
Yeah,
it was nice.
Everyone was welcome, whether it was a band or an audience member. And how much did you raise in the end for the charity?
We raised £1,000. We sent that off to Musicians Defend Ukraine, and they spent it on technology to help win the war.
Amazing, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, what a fantastic thing you did for that. That was just brilliant.
Yeah.
Is there any plans to do another one? Is the question.
Well, hopefully. A lot of the bands who are on Unknown Sounds have been on Unknown Sounds. They want to participate. So we want to get it together. I want to do it at a different venue, but yeah, it to me, I'm ultra, I'm really obsessed about details. So it didn't go perfectly. It was a fantastic night. It was great, but I did learn a lot. So the next time it's going to be amazing.
I think it went great. I don't think there was any problems.
Yeah, it did really go really well.
It was great. What was lovely as well is it was November, wasn't it? And then by the end of the night, it was a proper sweaty club, wasn't it?
Oh man. It was great. It was gritty. It was fantastic.
It was all sweat running around the walls and everything. It was just absolutely perfect.
It was nice too, because I went upstairs to the bar area for something, and this guy says to me, "Pete, how are you?" And I didn't know who he was. I'm like, "What the heck?" He goes, "I came to see it because I wanted to meet you." It's like, "Oh, that's cool. I'm Pete." He goes, "Oh, I'm Tim from the Fish Mittens, which is a band from South London. I love them. I played them a lot. We actually played a video up there, Strawberry Jam. And he brought me a Fish Mittens a shirt. He brought his girlfriend or his wife, and they had a fantastic time. But it was it's just the coming together of this independent music scene I'm so glad to be part of it, and to promote it. I feel so blessed. It's great.
It's awesome. And we need to thank Dawn, your lovely Dawn.
Oh, yeah. Dawn and Becky helped out a lot. Dawn did all the ticket taking. Thank you so much, Dawn, for getting that. And Becky did all the donations and the merchandise. Yeah. It was great. Yeah.
It was a really good night. Hopefully once we you establish more, we can give some details about it on the stream. That'd be really awesome.
Definitely.
Talking to Del Palmer, Matt, he's made a really good point. Kate Bush and Peter Gabriel's new album is amazing. I've actually heard the IO album and it's really, really good. I found it on Spotify. Peter Gabriel's still kicking out tracks like it. It's amazing when you get nights like Peter Gabriel's in his 70s and he's still kicking out stuff like it's the 1980s and it's still young sounding and fresh. Thanks for saying that, Matty, because I forgot all about that. You're right. It's a brilliant album. It's really, really interesting. And he's just pushing technology and like Kate and Del did back in the day and at the time and that sort of stuff. It's brilliant.
Well, didn't Kate work with Peter on the album So, didn't they? Did the song together?
Yeah, Don't Give Up.
Don't Give Up, yeah.
Is what they did, yeah. And he basically showed Kate Bush the Fairlight sampler. And she bought one. Because at the time, we can do this now on a whim. Yeah. Like I can press like this button and turn into space.
Yeah.
And all that sort of stuff. Whereas, to do that then would have been programming and all that sort of stuff. And he basically said to her, like, use this machine and it's really quick and use something. And she used it on Babushka. So when you hear that breaking sound, that's the key, that's the Fairlight. So, it would have been cheaper for them just to break bottles. Because back then the Fairlight was about 120,000.
Wow.
Yeah, and then milk bottles are like £3. But they should have basically done that and then changed the tape speed. There we go. Who am I to argue? Yeah, so it's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, and Peter Gay was amazing. And like Matt says, you wouldn't think he's in his 70s with a voice like that. Oh, it doesn't want to show the comments now. What's going on, buttons? There we go. Yeah, there you go. And you're absolutely right, Matt. Yeah, you wouldn't know he's in his 70s because his voice is still super strong, and he doesn't use auto-tune. So he's still got that amazing sound as well.
Yeah, I saw him a couple of years ago in Neo 2, and he was absolutely fantastic. The music, of course, was wonderful, but he's a performing artist as well. It was just out of this world. Really,
he's absolutely brilliant, isn't he? I was gutted I should have gone to that. Anyways, yeah. So if we do, if Pete works on a new gig, I'm sure we're going to announce it on here at some point.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So the next band we're going to play, we've seen many, many times, and they're just amazing. The last time we saw them, we went to see a gig, didn't we? In was it December? We went. We got to see a gig in December.
It was right before Christmas. Yeah, at the Roundhouse.
And it was Elvana and this band we're going to play in a minute. I think I said to you at the gig, didn't I? They're getting better and better every time we see them, and they're really, really stretching out. So do you want to talk a bit more about who they are and how you found them?
Yeah, you're right. Well, you're right. We've seen them. This is the second time we saw them because they also played with Elvana when they were at Shepherd's Bush Empire a few years ago. And we've seen Elvana a lot. And Elvana is fantastic. The energy is amazing. It's a lot of fun. It's funny. But their repertoire is kind of restricted because it's Nirvana songs and Elvis songs. So once you see it a few times, it's still fun. It's a lot of fun, but there's nothing more. You know what I mean? But then you see these guys. They were the opening act. They're called "Oh My God, It's the Church." He's Reverend Michael Alabama Jackson. He's fantastic. I think he's English, but he's got an American drawl and stuff, and he's really great. And he's all about preaching love and loving each other, in all kinds of ways.
And you have to shout "Sexy Jesus" at him.
Yeah, they worship "Sexy Jesus." It's just a lot of fun. He's got the backup girls and the bass guy, and they've got everybody. It's really, really a lot of fun, and it's a whole act. He doesn't call it a concert; he calls it a sermon, or a service.
I agree with that.
We saw them a few years ago. They were really fun, really great. They came out with another album, and they did a lot of stuff off of that. They did some Christmas songs, and it was just, I think they were better than Elvana.
Controversial.
I know, but yeah, and I'm looking forward to. I have to say, I contacted him today because I wanted to make sure we could play his video. Yeah, he said no problem, and I sent him a link to this and said, if you want to come on for a few minutes, come on. Oh. He said I'll try, but I don't think I can because he's in the studio doing some new stuff. So they're going to have another album coming out soon, which is going to be great.
So one album was Genesis, the second one's Revelations.
Revelation, yeah. So what's going to be next?
I don't know, the second coming or the third coming.
Apocalypse, maybe?
I don't know. So what's this song called anyway?
So this song it's called Kiss My Apocalypse, LIPS at the end. And it's off their Revelations album. It's a lot of fun. Like the video is a lot like what they do in the show. They don't just come and sing. They build it up. So it's a little long, but I think you guys will enjoy it.
Okay, here we go.
Blackouts continue as much of the Midwest remains in dark.
Police clash with looters in downtown LA ahead of what religious leaders are calling the end of days.
That's why we're all going to die.
Jesus Houdini Christ! Who knew the end of the world was going to be so damn depressing? At least in the book of Revelations, they had cool stuff, like demons on horseback, and thunder, and lightning. What do I got? A rusty pickup truck and a hillbilly with halitosis. You are disgusting. You know that? Oh, Lord, take me now. I'm ready. Things can't get any worse down here. Oh, God damn it.
Who is it?
It's a record label. Hi, Reverend Jackson.
Mikey boy! How are you, son? Listen, can't talk long. I've got Ed Sheeran on the other line crying because he's broken his train set. Cards on the table, the charts are a turd storm. Everyone's trying to get their greasy little mitts on the last ever #1. And I don't want to oversell it, but this apocalypse could be the biggest thing to happen to the music biz since Right Said Fred got alopecia. And you, Michael, are my golden goose. So, Second record, what have you got for me?
Well, let me tell you, Tom, we're actually really excited to share with you
Brilliant, sounds great. Just remember what we talked about. I don't want no more of this Bible bashing, namby-pamby, oh, kiss me, vicar, but don't tell me wife, donkey bothering, don't work on Sundays, jolly Jesus, mumbo-jumbo, okay?
Well, that's kind of our thing, Tom.
Hello, it's the end of the world, Michael. People want to be wrapped up in a nice, cosy ball bag of denial, and we're going to be the ones to sell it to them. You get me?
Yeah, nice, cozy ball bag music, got you.
I want hits, Michael. I want a pocket hits.
What's he want?
He says he wants a pocket hits.
Screw that guy. Tell him he can kiss my apocalypse.
Wow. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah. They're gimmicky, but they're, it's so much fun. And the music really rocks, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. That sounds pretty much like they do live. That's actually really, really good.
Definitely.
It's a really good band, really, really good fun. And it's nice that you've got that sort of big show sort of thing going on with them as well. It's not just like them staring at their feet. They literally put on a real show and they dance around and they do like in between the songs, don't they? They still keep playing the music, so it doesn't like it doesn't have a chance to wind down. They just keep playing in between while chatting.
And the energy is on and on and on.
Fantastic. And you have to go sexy Jesus when he shouts at you or something.
Yeah, a lot of participation. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's nice.
Really like them.
I mean, they're getting bigger venues every time we see them, which is nice as well. They're actually starting to fill out bigger places, aren't they? So, and I mean, it must be dangerous to have them as a warm-up band because they do really clean up, don't they? They absolutely smash the place to pieces when they start. So they're really, really good.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be a warm-up band.
It was great to see them at the Roundhouse. The Roundhouse is a really unique venue, isn't it?
It's my favourite London venue for bands, I think, because of the sound and the shape and the history of it, and Pink Floyd and the Doors. That's their only place in England. I think the play was there, wasn't it? The Roundhouse.
Yeah. Well, the punk movement was there as well. Ramones, everybody, Sex Pistols. You say I don't really agree with you on one thing though.
Go on.
Because it's got that round shape and it's got a lot of obstacles and things. I don't think the sound is perfect.
Oh, really?
I saw. I forget the name of the band, but I saw them and I was up in the with the seating. There's only seating on the mezzanine level, on the first level.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And we were in the middle and the sound was perfect because it was bouncing around, but when it came to you, it was straight on. It was really nice. But when we saw them, we were kind of off to the side and it was a bit, I don't know, it was a bit fuzzy, I think, but that's just me.
I mean, I love that venue. I just think it's perfect. But yeah, you're right. Maybe it's where we were standing it wasn't the greatest. Was that your first time you've been there when we went?
No, I just said that I.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah,
I was just there.
I'm at dinner, so I'm getting in that flaky area.
That's all right. No worries. Yeah, I do love the Roundhouse.
Yeah.
It's a fun venue. Yeah,
it's one of those venues that's so steeped in history that say for argument's sake, we could do a live show there. I don't know if I'd want to do it because I'll be scared of the venue.
Really?
Yeah, because it's such a historic building that it frightens me. You know what I mean? Like it's just iconic and amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of those venues in London, including the one that we played at, the Hope and Anchor. London is such a huge musical town.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Coming from America, where there's of course, there's a lot of great music there, and there's a lot of great venues, but the amount and the longevity of these places is just mind blowing.
And long may they reign, because they did try to shut a load of them down. So
yeah, and they did shut a load of them down doing the new railway and all that, but. Yeah, we still got some, and definitely go to these venues, see bands, see local bands, support the independent music scene.
Definitely. Right, so we play another video while we're here, and then we can have a quick chat after.
Yeah, no worries.
Madonna, of all people. We'll chat about Madonna after. So who we got coming up next? Who have we got?
We've got this young woman from Oklahoma, little country we're going to play. Her name is Gabrielle Gore, and here's her song, My Mustang.
Fix my hair. I'm gonna pick out something nice to wear. Ride my Mustang. Ride my Mustang. You don't know it yet, but I'm the best of the best. A girl's gotta have a little confidence. You gotta dress to kill. It just makes common sense. I've got a full tank of gas and a smooth highway. You better buckle up and we'll be on our way. In my Mustang. In my Mustang. Well, you don't know it yet, but you're with the best of the best. A girl's gotta have a little confidence. You gotta dress to kill. It just makes common sense. So hop on in and we will do our thing.
Yeah, I like it. A bit of a country flavor. Lovely. That's lovely stuff.
Yeah, it's really good stuff. Country is very simple, but it's a lot of fun, I think, you know?
I just sounded like Alan Partridge. Lovely stuff. I just realized that's like an Alan Partridge quote.
Yeah. I was never a big fan of country music until I went to Nashville, and it just changed my mind about it, you know?
Yeah.
You could go into any bar in there and see some bands that should be huge, you know?
Yeah.
Well, kind of like the independent bands that I play on Unknown Sounds. But we went into this one bar, and there was the Howland Brothers playing. And oh my God, everyone was getting up, dancing around. He was on the fiddle, he was on the bass, he was doing everything. There was 3 brothers, and harmonica, Jews harp, everything. That was just amazing. And anywhere you went, it was the same thing.
I grew up with country music because my dad played drums in a country band his entire life. And hang on, I'm going to cough. You didn't hear that, did you? Couldn't even see the join. And when I was going through the vinyls, I actually found my dad's band's vinyl, and I've put it on the wall up there. So it's really nice that his vinyl sits above up there. Yeah. And it's interesting because they used to do the American trilogy, you know, by Elvis. Mm-hmm. And they used to do a bit where they lower the flags. And it was only years later I thought, actually, it's you know, is it the right side they're doing the song for? So because it's the North and South, isn't it? And it's like slavery and non-slavery, and the song's about slavery side of it, trying to keep it back. And I said to my dad, you know, I said to him, should you be doing that? Is it right? Because, you know, it's sort of, you know, I'm like 18, all cocky, like, I've got opinions now, you know, and it's, you know, should you have been doing that sort of stuff? And he was like, if they pay me, I'll play it. And I was like, you know what? I can't argue with that.
No, you can't.
That's fair enough. So it's great. Okay, so should we wind the stream down? It's been a really cool chat for the first.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I'm glad we're back at it.
It's wonderful. So thanks for joining us on our first stream of 2024. I don't know when we're coming back. We'll be back soon. We're back soon at some point, I'm more than sure. And also we're going to try and do a giveaway on the next one. We're going to give away some stuff. So when you see the next one, basically we've got a new feature on the streaming thing we use. So we want to try it out. So if you're tuning into the next show, we're going to give you a free gift basically for tuning in, which would be really, really cool. So thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed it. And we'll be back soon. I'm not sure when, Pete. Is next week after, something like that?
Who knows when we'll be back. It'll be a surprise, and it'll be a surprise to us. It's going to be a lot of fun though, whenever we do it. And I hope we can see you guys there again. Thank you.
Fantastic. Okay, we shall see you soon. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you later.
Thanks, see you later. Ta-da.